Today I'm gonna give you guys 3 principles on how to enhance your storytelling abilities. What's up everyone, Jason McConnell back again, and I would just like to welcome you guys back to my channel. Today I'm gonna give you guys 3 principles on how to enhance your storytelling abilities. So for those of you that don't know, I'm a brand storyteller. I help brands connect with their audiences through using content on digital platforms. So storytelling, though, I believe is one of the best art forms around, because it is one of the best ways that we could actually communicate our messages, our values, our beliefs, so that it is entertaining, educational, and it does a lot of different things in one. The thing about storytelling is that it is not only used for business, it isn't only used for education. It is a skill that we need to learn as humans, because even as we tell our stories on a day-to-day basis, we want to ensure that our stories are well received and that we are seen as, and we are able to bring our message across in the best way possible. So even think of yourself when you get to work and you are about to tell your coworker a story. You definitely want to make sure that the story has the impact that is possible, so that hopefully you can make your coworker smile, or hopefully you can make sure to get the message through. So the number one thing, or the number one principle that you need for your stories is characters. So characters are the life source of a story, because I'm sure that nobody here could think about one single story, one single movie that did not have a character in it. And I don't just mean humans. Your character could be a pencil or animated person, whatever it is. You need to have a character in your story. And the reason for characters being in stories is because people like to relate to somebody or something. They want to relate to a personality. As much as some people might say they don't like people, they like people who are similar to themselves or they could relate to. The reason that they need to relate to someone is that they need to understand where they're coming from. They need to feel that personal connection with them. So having a character and developing your character especially helps you to have a stronger story. So as I go further into other videos, I'll go deeper into character and how you can develop your characters to tell better stories. But definitely having a strong character or multiple characters that are relatable and you could understand where they're coming from is a key aspect to having great stories. Number 2. So the second main thing that all good stories need and have is conflict. So we have a character that exists, but in order for a story or a good story to exist, your character needs to want something that they cannot directly get. And this is where the bulk of the story is formed, when your character is actually trying to get that thing that they want. If we were to think about stories like, let's say, what's a good story like? So even if we were to look at some of the classic stories, let's say the 3 Little Pigs, alright? The 3 Little Pigs had a conflict with the big bad wolf, because the 3 little pigs wanted safety and they wanted to, you know, just live their little piggy lives, alright? And the big bad wolf wanted to eat the piggies, hence the conflict. Throughout the majority of the story, we see the big bad wolf trying to get the piggies through breaking down their homes. And that is a common theme throughout the story, and we all know how it ends. So having that conflict was vital to carrying the story throughout. Similarly, if we were to look at present day movies, let's look at Avengers Endgame. We have Thanos, who wants to actually, in his mind, make the world a better place through his Infinity Stones and the glove, which his one snap supposed to make the world a better place through eradicating half of the population. And the Avengers, who do not want any loss of life. So direct conflict, and hence the need for what would the Infinity War. Alright, so conflict is real necessary, and just keep that in mind in your storytelling. Nobody wants a story where you start the story, the character gets everything they want, and that's the end. That is a boring story. I can't think of one single story that does not have at least a little bit of conflict in it. Number 3, all great stories have a resolution. So what is a resolution? A resolution is the end. What happens at the end of the conflict between the character and him trying to achieve his goal. So at the end of the Three Little Pigs, we have I think they killed the wolf when he tried to go down the chimney, and yeah, so they didn't have the problem with the wolf anymore because he was dead. Similar to Avengers Endgame, we saw they had to kill Thanos through bringing back the Avengers and all this. It was a real great story, but somebody had to die in order for the story to really end. So all stories need a resolution, or else it will feel like the story didn't really complete. I think a lot of people, especially when you're rating a movie, we always say you didn't like the ending. You didn't. Most times it's because you didn't feel like you got a good resolution to the story. So that is one of the main things that one of the main features or the main principles that all good stories have. You must have a resolution to the story. So the 3 main elements of what makes a great story are: 1, characters. Make sure you have good characters, relatable characters, so that your audience will listen to you and feel a part of the story. 2, you want conflict. Something that the character wants that is difficult for them to get it. Number 3, resolution. What is the end result of the character's goal or attempt to get what they want? These 3 elements are the main elements that create or help you create a really good story. So as I continue to make videos, I will go deeper into each one of these elements and see how we could develop them to make better stories, and how you could use stories, especially in your business and in filmmaking, to create better, more engaging stories for your audience. So till then, if you're interested in storytelling, just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell to continue getting more updates from me about this topic. Alright, so till next week, see you in the next one.